Hello everybody. As you can see, I'm bundled up warm. It is really, really chilly and cold out there. I hope you too are warm and bundled up. And I guess one does need to take a moment to be grateful for our warm homes, our warm cars, and our clothes and our food. During a time like this, one realizes the many privileges that we have. Greetings, and from our home to yours, a very, very warm welcome to you. As you will have seen from the title page, I want to talk a little bit about encouragement. And this is a theme that I've picked up from time to time all through lockdown, but today I really want to take it head on and speak directly into it. And this idea of EncourageMint, a plant that would say, come on, you can do it, you can keep going, is a little bit of fun, but it really does want to just hook into our thoughts and minds that this is something that we could need, that we really need. And there's a chilling verse in the book of Job where Job is speaking to what we call the Job's counselors. They gather around him when he's going through all his suffering, and the best that they can come up with is, Job, you must have done something wrong. You must have done something to bring this on your own head. Job protests his innocence, but at some point in a very chilling moment, he says to his friends, I could also speak like you if you were in my place. I could make fine speeches against you and shake my head at you, but my mouth would encourage you, and comfort from my lips would bring you relief. And that really struck me very deeply. This idea that comfort from our lips could be the relief that somebody else desperately needs to hear. And I was reading an article just last week by Tim Keller, where Tim Keller was in an interview and responding to some of the questions of the impact of COVID-19, particularly on the church and on caring professions, on those who serve others, the doctors, the nurses, the policemen, all those who serve the public. And he said, not only is everybody tired, but nobody's getting any positive affirmation. Almost nobody is getting a pat on the back. And so we're just running and running and running, trying to keep things together. And there are no hugs, literally no hugs. Those who lead are getting absolutely no affirmation. There's just a tremendous amount of loneliness and of feeling separated from so many people that we care about. And we just can't live this way. And it really speaks to a very strong need for us to be agents of encouragement, for us to be that little green plant that says, you can do it, you can do it. And I want to urge you and challenge you, firstly, to note that your own tank might be empty. And this is one of the reasons why. Because encouragement has been in such short supply, because there haven't been pats on the back, there haven't been increases, because an increase in some ways says, good job, well done. There hasn't been a lot of positive affirmation. There's been a lot of cynicism. And so many of us find ourselves with empty tanks. Many of us feel depleted, discouraged, unappreciated, unrecognized. We feel that what we've done doesn't matter. But the reality is that this season has been a season in which these kinds of things, this kind of encouragement, hasn't been happening. So if your tank is empty, one of the things you need to say is, it's not because you've done something wrong, but simply the times that we live in. And so in some ways we have to take responsibility for encouraging ourselves, for recognizing our worth and our value. But the second thing that I want to say to you is that I really believe that in this season we need to pull out all the stops and become people who will encourage left, right, and center. That if we get an opportunity, if we get the smallest window to pat somebody on the back, or to give them a figurative hug or a verbal hug, or show some kind of affirmation, some kind of recognition, some kind of appreciation, we should bend over backwards to do it, and we should leap at the opportunities, to simply speak life and encouragement into the lives of others. We can say things like, "Great job. Thanks for your hard work. Well done. I'm so proud of you." And our kids need to hear that. "You're doing a great job, even though you think nobody notices. We do. You may not realize it, but what you're doing really matters. I know it's a big challenge, but I'm praying for you. You're not alone. I'll be here for you. I really believe you can do it, even if you're feeling a bit afraid. And don't worry, even if you didn't get it 100% right, you can always try again." And maybe the most important, and especially for those that we love, I will always love you, and it doesn't matter if you try and fail, because I will always love you. These phrases and words of encouragement are desperately needed. They are water in the desert in these crazy, challenging times. And as we look around us, cold front until the middle of next week, if not beyond, temperatures in the freezing, COVID statistics are rising. So many of you are talking to me about the fact that people close to you are getting sick and getting very sick. We're seeing heartache and sadness all around. And not only is our power being shed, but our courage is being shredded. And so we need to be agents of encouragement. We need to say, "You can do it. You've done a great job. Well done." And may I challenge you to make it your personal mission over the next 4 to 5 weeks to grab every opportunity that you can to encourage others, and maybe in some way to encourage yourself as you go. I do pray that we will find the strength and the grace and the courage to shine with God's light during these challenging times. I love what the writer of the Hebrews says when in chapter 10:39 he says, "But we are not of those who shrink back and are destroyed, but of those who believe and are saved." It's my prayer that we will be gracious, courageous followers of Christ and encouragers of others in these times. Just a few closing thoughts. The first is that many of you on Sunday picked up the sad news that one of our beloved elders, Barbara Bradley, passed away. She fell ill, was hospitalized, was tested positive for COVID, and then succumbed to a massive heart attack even as she was starting to make progress against the COVID. The funeral is tomorrow. It'll be at 11 o'clock at the church. Obviously in COVID times we're trying to keep the numbers down, but if you really felt a sense of connection to Barbara and would like to be there, there are still a few spaces. You can just contact me and I'll send you the link for the sign up. But we will be recording the service and be making that available on YouTube. So please do connect to that and pray for the family. And then I want to encourage you to think about going to visit Emmanuel's website. At the moment, I'm trying to make our website a place where you can touch base and connect to a whole multitude of resources. And here's a short video just demonstrating what you might see on the website. So this is our website, www.emmanuel.org.za. And if you go to that, you'll find our front page, which I've really kept as simple as possible with all the key information available to you. The purple block in the middle really has all the key information that you can go to. The first is the login for our physical services. If you click that, it will take you to our sign-up sheets where you'll be able to book your seat or just register you're coming to the morning service. The next one is the YouTube page where all the services are for YouTube. Then we have a page for the bulletins. If you go there, you'll see a list of the bulletins for each Sunday, and if you click on a given Sunday, then you'll see the announcements and the fellowship groups, and then you can scroll down to the bottom and you can see the birthdays and anniversaries. go back to the home page. You can also see various activities, and we'll look at that in a moment. But we also have a page where you see various folk in, at least this is the children's corner. And Brenda's put a lot of work in here to provide resources for parents. Please do have a look at that. And then we have a page where our members who have businesses are advertising, and we encourage you to support them. And then we have a page for charities and outreaches that you can also get involved in. Then if you scroll down, you can see a kind of a chronological history of all our recent events, various services, check-ins, that kind of thing. And you can go along to each of those. If you click on it, then you get more details and the link to YouTube. And here's an example. And then you go back to the home page and all the various activities that are there for you. And I really want to encourage you, just use the home page and go and see what's there. It helps connect you to the life of the church, and especially the fellowship groups. I also want to remind you that on the website you'll find a list of the various fellowship groups. And we're finding that our fellowship groups, even though they're happening online, are a great source of encouragement and a way of connecting to people. And I want to encourage you to make use of that opportunity. Last but not least, a reminder that we're still able to carry on our services. We have a limit of 100, and that does allow for a number of folk to be able to come to our services. We are very diligent in observing all the safety protocols. It does mean that the windows are open and it's freezing. So if you do want to come along, then do sign up and bring your blanket, your hot water bottle, even something for your head, so that you won't freeze in the service. But you are most welcome to come along and worship live if that is something you'd like to do. We will keep up the online services as well. And so, in these challenging times, let's be that green, refreshing plant, that encouragement that makes a difference. And may the Lord bless you and keep you, and may He make His face to shine on you. May He lift up His countenance on you and give you His peace. Amen.